All right, okay, that was maddening. Let's try this again. Hopefully the whiteboard doesn't glitch. Okay, so here's where we were at, right? We'd solve for m. We've got s plus b is 6,000, and then we've got this other equation right here. All right, so 12 times 6,000 is 72,000. So let's go ahead and subtract that on both sides. Subtract that 72,000. And I'm going to rewrite them over here. Actually, you know what? We don't need to do that yet. Let's rewrite it down below. So I've got, and again, I am not worried about this top equation. I'm not worried about this guy yet, right? We're just looking at the second one. We're moving that number over to the other side. 10s plus 8b equals 51,000. Okay. All right, so now we've got our two equations, two variables. We've got one here. We've got one here. And we want to get some opposites. So I'm going to multiply the top one by -8. All right, so that way we can eliminate the b. All right, so I'm going to rewrite this equation multiplied by -8. S times -8, -8s. B times -8, -8b. 6,000 times -8, -48,000. All right, there we go. So let's combine those together. So that's going to give us 2s. This eliminates, equals 3,000. So s equals 1,500. All right, so her total money in stocks was 1,500. All right, remember that very first equation we had? It got erased, but s plus b plus m equals 12,000. So let's plug this in and find b. All right, so s, 1,500, plus b plus m is 6,000 equals 12,000. All right, so subtract 1,500, subtract 6,000 on both sides, and you will get b equals 4,500. All right, so those are our dollar amounts. 1,500 in stocks, 4,500 in bonds, 6,000 in mutual funds. Okay, next one. All right, pause it if you need to read the problem real quick. So we got 3 jobs, and the total income is 48,000. All right, so that means the teaching money plus the house painting money plus the sales, textbook sales. That total is 48,000. All right, and then teaching is 6,000 more than house painting. So teaching is whatever house painting was plus another 6,000. And then textbook is 1/7 of the other total, the total from teaching and house painting. So the sales is 1/7 times the total of teaching plus house painting, right? Remember, that key word is of. That tells us that we are going to be multiplying, right? That total from teaching and house painting, that total from teaching and house painting by 1/7. Okay, so we've got a system of 3 equations. Let's make these a little bit more useful to us. Okay, so this one, I'm going to get my variables on the same side. So I got t minus h equals 6,000. And then I'm going to distribute here. So I'm going to go, I'm actually going to multiply. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. Let's just get rid of that fraction. All right, so if I multiply this whole thing by 7, on the right side, that's going to cancel out, right? 1/7 times 7 is just 1. 1/7 of 7 is 1. And on the left side, that's going to give me a 7s. All right, so I've got 7s equals t plus h. And again, you always want everything on the right side, or on the same side of the equation. So let's do that. So imagine I am going to subtract t and h on both sides. So I'm going to 7s minus t minus h equals 0. Right, I took that t and t plus h, I subtracted it on both sides. So again, starting from here, we multiplied by 7 because we wanted to cancel out that 1/7. And then we subtracted t plus h on both sides. So that way, all my variables are on one side, and we are left with a number, in this case, 0, on the other side. All right, so let's see what we've got now. Let's bring all these equations over. So I've got 7s minus t minus h equals 0. And I've got t plus h plus s equals 48,000. Okay, and then from here, where are we going to go? Let's see what looks easiest to do. I'm going to combine the first one and the third one. Look at this. We got double opposites, a t plus h minus t minus h. All right, so let's combine the first one and the third one. So t plus h plus s is 48,000. minus t minus h plus 7s equals 0. I get 8s equals 48,000. Divide by 8, and I get s equals 6,000. Okay, now let's see where I can go from here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to plug that into the third equation, right? Because now I can plug that in. I can eliminate the s. So 7s is 7 times 6,000. That's 42,000 minus t minus h equals 0. And I'm going to add t and h to both sides. All right, so I got 42,000 equals t plus h. Right, I added t on both sides. I added h on both sides to go from here to here. Okay, now let's see. We need to get rid of it in one more equation still. Let's just use the second equation. Let's just use this equation right here, right? Because there's already no s. So now I've got two variables and two equations. I've got 6,000 equals t minus h. Right, I just copied that middle equation down. All right, now we can just add these, right? We've already got our opposites. We've got a plus h and we've got a minus h. So we can just go ahead and add these together. All right, so I've got 48,000 equals 2t, and the h goes away. Perfect. All right, divide both sides by 2, and I get that 24,000 equals t. Great, so I've got two of my answers. The last one I need is going to be my h. Now remember that one equation that we had that just involved t and h? It's actually the second one right here. So I have t, which is 24,000, minus h equals 6,000. All right, let's subtract 6,000, or let's subtract 24,000 on both sides. So that's going to be negative h equals negative 18,000. Multiply by negative 1, and h is 18,000. All right, so those are the three incomes there. The sales is 6,000, the painting is 8,000, the teaching is 24. Okay, last problem. This guy's got some money, dimes, nickels, and quarters. So pause it if you want to read it real quick. We got nickels plus dimes plus quarters equals 225. And he's got, let's see, what is this saying? Nickels, dimes, and quarters is 225. If he had twice as many nickels, okay, so if he's twice as many nickels, so 2 times the number of nickels, half as many dimes, so half as many dimes, and the same number of quarters, you would have 250. And altogether, he's got 27 coins. Oh, shoot, this is my bad. I just realized I made a mistake. This first equation, I just realized I'm not accounting for the price. We got to account for the price here, right? Because this isn't just adding for a total. This last one is talking about adding for a total. Let's erase this and start over. I just realized I made an error. That's my bad. All right, so nickels, 0.05, right? So 0.05 per nickel. Dimes is 10 cents each, so 0.10 per dime. Quarters are 25 cents each, 0.25 per quarter. That total is going to be $2.25. Okay, so if he has twice as many nickels, so if I've got twice as many nickels, 0.05 per nickel, plus twice as many dimes. Oh no, not twice as many dimes. Whoops. We've got half as many dimes. And the same number of quarters. Our new total would be 250. Okay, and the total, nickels plus dimes plus quarters, is equal to 27. All right, and we need to solve for each one. Okay, so I want you to try this one on your own, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the super important step that we need first. Let's go ahead and get rid of the decimals, multiply both of the first and second equation by 100. Okay, so that's going to turn my first equation into this. 5n plus 10d plus 25q equals 225. My second equation. So first we're going to distribute, right? Multiply this, multiply here. And I don't know why I wrote 0.05 per dime. A dime was 10 cents, not 5 cents. And then there's nothing to multiply here. So let's go ahead and do that. So if I multiply what's already there, that gives me I'm going to just write it right down below because we still need to multiply by 100. So it's going to give me 0.1n plus 0.05d plus 0.25q equals 250. All right, let's multiply that by 100, right? We want to get rid of those decimals. So I've got 10n plus 5d plus 25q equals 250. 250. And lastly, we've got nickels plus dimes plus quarters equals 27. Okay, so again, you want to always look for your opposites, eliminate a variable, and go from there. But there's your setup. The actual solving is going to be the same thing that we have been doing. Please let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.